the Goal Digger Girl, coming in to kick off our Facebook group's Profit Secrets Challenge, and to say that I'm excited and jazzed out of my freaking mind is an understatement, because we have so many people who have registered for this challenge, which just goes to show you guys are ready to crush it. You guys are ready to rock it. You guys are ready to learn all the tips and tricks when it comes to crushing your Facebook groups, which is awesome, and that just fires me up. So I want to welcome you guys on. First, what we're going to do, because I see everyone's rolling in live, make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. Beth says hi. Okay, awesome. What I want you to do is I want you to tag a friend. Friends don't let friends challenge alone, okay? So if you have someone that you've invited to this challenge and you want to make sure they're in it, go ahead and tag them. Use the @ symbol. Or if you are just kind of hanging out and coming along for the ride, what I want you to do is I want you to tag your coach. One of the unique things that I do during my challenges, which I think are different than other ones, is I actually have a team of coaches that I'll introduce that are here to support you during the challenge. Not only is it's a free challenge, but you also get free support with our coaches throughout the challenge. How amazing is that? So they're going to help hold you accountable. They're going to help you find things if you don't know where they are. They're going to remind you of the homework, going live, all of the things, okay? So I want you to tag your coach. I'm going to tell you who those coaches are. If you can't remember your coach, maybe you met them recently in Messenger. So our first coach is Vanette Grover. So tag Vanette if she's your coach. If you don't have a coach, by the way, and you're like, I don't know what she's talking about, put I need a coach in the comments, and one of our coaches will reach out to you, okay? Kathy Cavanis is one of our other coaches. Alicia Wish, Chaitali Desai, Chrissy Fernandez, and then Anna Bearfield. I want to give her some props. She's my work wife. Anna Bearfield has made this whole thing happen. So she's the reason that I'm here smiling and healthy, and I'm able to bring my A game for you guys. So she's behind the scenes, but you may have seen her reach out to you or maybe email you. So if you don't have a coach, put I need a coach in the comments, okay? And then if you know your coach, I want you to go ahead and tag them right now and say, hello, coach, I'm here. That way they can check you off that you showed up and you're ready to rock it, okay? So people always say, and they asked me, do I need a Facebook group? Just today, I had someone who said, Kimberly, should I just funnel into my uplines Facebook group? Like, do I need my own Facebook group? The answer is yes, you need your own Facebook group, okay? You can definitely utilize uplines groups if they have them for, customers, and you pop them into those types of groups, absolutely. The type of Facebook group I'm going to teach you is totally different than that, okay? So all of you watching this, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you absolutely need a Facebook group, okay? So to demonstrate that, what I want you to do in the comments is I want you to share what industry you're in. Are you in beauty, health and wellness? Are you in real estate, lifestyle? We've had people who are pet sitters. I mean, seriously, we have everything you can think of when it comes to this Facebook group and the people who have registered for this challenge, okay? Any type of industry that you're in, you're going to need a Facebook group for that, okay? Now, in order to be successful for this challenge, what you're going to need is the workbook. It's right here that is going to go along with the challenge. Now, if you don't have the workbook, don't panic. We'll get you the workbook. Just put workbook below if you need the workbook still, okay? Put workbook below, and we will get you, your coach will get you the workbook link. However, when you get that link, I don't want you to leave. I don't want you to go download it, head to the library and print it. I want you to stay right here with me, because as an entrepreneur, we squirrel very easily. And before you know it, you're shopping on Instagram. I want you to stick with me. I want you to stay focused. I want you to be all in, turn off all your notifications, and stay right here, okay? So if you don't have the workbook, no worries. Just follow along. If you have pen and paper, great. If not, we'll get you all cut up, okay? So just put workbook in the comments if you need that. We are going to be right back here every night, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Central, okay? The replays will be available, and we'll have those up until next week, Tuesday, so you can binge watch those if you need to. But try to come live, try to be engaged, carve out that time for yourself. That way we can go all in during this time together this week, which is going to be amazing and totally epic, okay? I mean, who is excited about this? Let me see some love hearts. Let me see some fire emojis, because you guys know that's my love language, okay? All right, so you're going to need your workbook. You're going to need to come back here every night and get these lives completed or the replays, and you need to dedicate your time this week to figuring out Facebook groups, okay? By the end of it, you're going to know exactly what type of Facebook group to have. You're going to know how to fill it up, what type of content. You're going to know how to convert those conversations, and ultimately how it's going to lead to more sales, okay, which is super important. All of these trainings are progressive. All of these trainings are progressive, okay? So watch this one. All the replays will be housed in Unit 7. And then tomorrow do number 2, session number 2, and number 3, and so on, okay? I want you to come back and make sure you're completing each training, which is really, really important as well. So the workbook's going to be for your notes. It's going to be your planner. It's going to be your map to launching or relaunching your Facebook group as well, okay? All right, so why do these work? Well, when I first started in network marketing 3 years ago, I got through my warm market in about 6 months, and I was in a situation where I had to make it work. Can anyone relate? My back was against the wall, literally, and we were in almost 6 figures of debt. I was at a job that I hated. There was a bully there that I had to face every single day. I would drive 2.5 hours commuting across town for this job that I didn't love. My babies were 1 and 2 at the time, so they were in diapers. My husband traveled. Talk about hot mess express. I mean, I don't even understand how I got through that time. Got through my warm market, and I was like, now what do I do? So everyone was telling me to cold message and spam. They were giving me these scripts to send out, and they're like, send out 100 a day. And that didn't feel good to me. It did not feel genuine. I got some nasty messages back, and I'm like, I am not doing this. I wouldn't want this kind of message, right? So I said a little prayer, and I said, God, I really want to figure this out. Like, show me the way. I'm so coachable. I'm so hungry. Just show me the way. And he answered my prayers. The next day, someone tagged me in a video of this girl teaching social media, and I started following her and some other people. I started, getting into programs, whatever I could learn about social media. And one of the key things everyone kept saying to do is go live. So in the fall of 2017, I started going live every single week. I never missed a week, no matter how busy my schedule was. But what I did really quickly is I created a Facebook group. It was actually called All In With Kim. If some of you are in my other group, the Gold Diggers of Online Marketing, that was All In With Kim. It's been rebranded since then. But it was about goal setting, and we're like, yeah, let's set some goals. You guys, I had no idea what I was doing. No one had taught me how to do a Facebook group, so that's why I'm so excited to teach you this stuff. But it was working, and it was growing, and now I have well over 30,000 members in my Facebook groups. We just passed $1 million in revenue since we launched my network marketing, my brand, which is insane. We're on track to do $1 million this year alone. And I got to tell you, when I look back at how that happened, yes, I worked my tail off, but I showed up. I was genuine. I was authentic, just as I am now, offered value, went live, funneled people into a Facebook group, and then did all the things I'm going to teach you in this challenge. So if that sounds exciting to you, where you're just like, yes, I would love to get out of debt. I would love to quit that job. I would love to be home with my kiddos. If that sounds exciting, then you got to stick with me, because the magic really is in monetizing your Facebook groups, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's get ready to rock. Session number 1 is building your Facebook group foundation. So if you have your workbook, it's old school here. We're going to fill in the blanks. I must have been a teacher in another life or something, because I'm like, okay, where's my glasses? I need to teach. So we're going to fill in the blanks, and if you don't have the workbook, put workbook in the comments. Tag your coach if you hopped on late. If you don't have a coach, in the comments, I want you to put, I need a coach. I need a coach. And one of the coaches, based on their assignments, they will reach out to you, okay? And our coaches are amazing, so if you need anything, just reach out to them. They're awesome. Okay, so just follow along with us and fill this out later if you don't have the workbook. Okay, the 4 C's of Facebook groups. Okay, we're going to start with the 4 C's of Facebook groups. There are 4. Number 1 is community. Okay, number 1 is community. When you have a Facebook group, there needs to be some kind of community to it. So the reason why this is so important is because you want people to feel a part of something. So I'll give you an example. When we first moved into this neighborhood, we had book club. And one time I hosted book club, and a couple ladies came over, and there weren't a lot of them, but showed up at my house, and book club consists of talking about the book for 2 minutes and then drinking a lot of wine. They drank like all the wine in my house. I don't drink, so I was just kind of watching them, and it got really entertaining as the night went on. But we sat around my kitchen table and we talked for hours and we talked about real things and we discussed things and we debated and we shared our hearts, right? And it was community. And guess what happened? Next month, we all showed up to the next book club. Next month, book club got bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you'd walk in and there would be, 30 women, like just, okay? So it doesn't have to be big, but you have to understand how to create community in a Facebook group because that's what they're all about. It's about that connection, right? It's about people feeling like, oh, I know what this is. I'm a part of this. They need to know that you see them, okay? They need to know that you see them. Someone said they got booted. Sorry if you did. It wasn't me, girlfriend. I'm just here talking away. Okay, so community, okay? Number one is community. You've got to create community. It's going to take some time, and I'm going to help you grow your group, but you will know you have community when there's people requesting to be added, when you have a lot of engagement, when people are posting on their own. That's when you know you've created that community, okay? Number two is content. So, and I've got this covered for you. We're going to spend an entire session on content on Wednesday. And one of the bonus trainings, yes, I have bonus trainings for you because we couldn't just spend 5 days together, right? We've got some bonuses lined up for you guys. But one of the, let's just put it this way. Who else thinks hashtag Trello is life? I do have a shirt in my swag shop for you if you need it. Okay, so Facebook groups, planning out all your content can be done in a Trello board. So I've created a Trello board for you. All of you get the Trello board this weekend as a bonus. I know, I'm so excited. So you can pull up your Trello board and you can plan out your content, okay? So in order for your Facebook group to be successful, you have to plan out your content. If you're just posting and you're like, this sounds good today, or you skip a day or something along those lines, that's not good for the algorithm and you're going to lose people that way, okay? So one of the things that people don't realize is when you have a Facebook group, when people first get into your Facebook group, and a lot of you are new, we have some new faces, and welcome, by the way. I talk really fast, we got a lot to cover here. So when you all joined this group and you were new, Facebook defaulted your notifications to highlights. Highlights. What does that mean? If it considers something a highlight, such as someone going live or changing, creating an event, that's a highlight. It will notify the group members. So let's say I post in my Facebook group and, let's say Debbie's one of my new members and she gets a notification. Kimberly posted in All In With Kim, the Facebook group, and Debbie's like busy, right? She doesn't check it. 2 days later, 3 days later go by and I post, right? Notification goes off, maybe, and Debbie sees it and she's like, what is this? All In With Kim. I don't remember. She may or may not click the notification. Guess what happens? If she doesn't check that notification or click it after a couple of times, Facebook will stop notifying her completely. So you probably have a ton of sleeping bears in your Facebook groups, okay? So that might be why you're like, I have 100 people, but like 2 will see something, or I'll get 1 comment. Like, what am I doing wrong, right? People aren't seeing your content. So the more consistent you get with your content and you are posting every day, especially just to get it going, when you post every day, people start getting used to that. They're like, oh, Kimberly posted. I'm going to go see what she did, right? I'm going to go see what she posted. When Facebook sees that, Allie's on here and they see that Allie clicked Kimberly, a notification from Kimberly's Facebook group, and Allie clicks it and goes, and the next day Allie goes, and the next day Allie goes. Not only is Facebook going to notify Allie every time I post, but I'm going to start showing up at the top of her newsfeed. That's power, okay? But you're not going to get there unless you're consistent with your content and you really plan that out, okay? So I want awesome content, which we'll spend all day Wednesday going over, okay? Conversion, or conversation, not conversion. Number 3, so I'll repeat. Number 1 is community. Number 1 is community. Number 2 is content. Number 3 is conversation, okay? Number 3 is conversation. You want to create a type of community, a type of Facebook group where people are having conversations. So every time you post, you want to learn how to have a call to action. What is a call to action? Something like, hey, drop a fire emoji below if you're fired up about this, right? If you have a health and wellness group, you could put, what did you have for breakfast today? Could you put something like, who's tried intermittent fasting? So a call to action is when you ask a question in the post that's going to get people to comment. It's going to get people to raise their hand, okay? So the conversation happens when you create content that causes the conversation, okay? Also, another amazing way to create conversation is to reply to every comment. It breaks my heart when I go into Facebook groups to do an audit or guest train, and I see people commenting on posts and the person who runs the Facebook group isn't replying. Those are gold conversations because you've got this group you're starting and people are interacting, raising their hand, and you're not engaging back, okay? So you not only do you want to reply back, but I would friend request them. I would go look at their profile. I would engage on their content, maybe message them and say, hey, Caitlin, I saw your comment about, eating carbs, and I wanted to chat with you a little bit about the gluten-free plan that I have if you want it. I saw you said that you're struggling to find some recipes for your kiddos. I've got something great. Can I get that to you? Okay? So look for opportunities to have conversations with your members. Don't be afraid of them. When they do post, don't be like, I don't know what to do. We put so much pressure on ourselves, but remember, it's a double opt-in process. You can't just add people to groups anymore, right? They changed all of that. They have to accept that invite, which is really important because when they accept it, that means that they want to be there, which is awesome, okay? Number 4 is conversation. No, conversion. Apparently I wanted to get those backwards. Number 4 is conversion. Number 4 is conversion. When you connect with people in your Facebook group, you offer value, okay, which I'm going to teach you how to do. You offer value. You're not selling. You're not putting all this stuff in here like, buy my stuff, okay? You're offering real value. You're going to build up your know, like, and trust factor, okay? Your know, like, and trust factor is everything to building your business on social media. Did you know right now is the best time in the history of being a network marketer, online marketer, or a coach? It's the best time in the history since this all came together with social media in the last 10 years. Best time in history to be online building your business. It's absolutely the best time. So now is the time to level up. Now is the time to up your game. Now is to say, how can I be better? How can I show up differently? How can I show up in a way that feels genuine and authentic to me, right? That's what it's all about. So when you build up that know, like, and trust factor, which is everything, you will become the person that they want to order from. You will become the person that they want to join your team, okay? Perfect example, someone in Messenger just this afternoon. I've known her for years. She actually knew. I think she was one of the first people with All In with Kim. But she's known me before I even got into business coaching. She knows me in my prior life. FitKim was my brand that I had for many years. And I have PhDs in natural health and holistic nutrition. So she knew me that way. And she's followed my journey, kind of popped in and out over time, asked me some questions, asked me some business questions. Most recently, she said, hey, what do you sell, by the way? I know you switched network marketing companies earlier this year. What product line is it? So I told her about it. She's like, oh, I definitely want to try that. Like, I've been struggling. So put in an order, and she just recently messaged me, and she goes, by the way, if I love this, I'd love to sell it and work with you. Now, did I ask her to join my team? No. Did I even tell her about the business? No. Why did that conversation happen? Because she knows me, she likes me, and she trusts me. So if you can create that same situation in your own Facebook group, it's going to allow you to spend more time getting to know people. It's going to allow you to stop being weird. It's going to allow you to stop having that icky feeling you have when you message people. And you're going to get more people who ask you about what you do. Wouldn't that be awesome? If people just said, hey, what do you sell? Or, hey, what do you have for, energy? Or what do you have for weight loss? Or, my skin sucks. Can you help me? Wouldn't that be nice if people were asking you about it? Oh, yeah. And you can totally do that in a Facebook group, okay? So having the conversion is going to happen with the more people in your Facebook groups, the more value you're offering with your content, the engagement, the interaction, all the things we're going to talk about this week, you're going to get more people in your sales funnel. What's a sales funnel? If you don't know what that is, we will have to do an advanced training on that because that's a whole other conversation. But basically, your sales funnel is when you have a new lead, what do you do with them to close them? Okay, what's that whole process that you take them through? Hopefully you have some kind of sales funnel, okay? All right, so next component on the workbook says, create a group, so fill in the blank, everyone. Create a group that will make your prospect's life easier or more fulfilled. Okay, so if you're filling in the blanks, here are the answers. Create a group that will make your prospect's life easier or more fulfilled. You guys got it? Some people are saying they need a coach still. So If you do not have a coach, tag your coach if you're just hopping on. We're at 207 live viewers, so I know we had a bunch of people come on since I mentioned that. So if you're just popping on, welcome. Tag your coach. If you don't know who your coach is, we have Vanette Grover, Kathy Cavanis, Alicia Wish, Chaitali Desai, and Chrissy Fernandez. If you're like, I don't know what she's talking about, I forgot to tell you guys. There is a filtered message area in Messenger. Did you guys know that? So if you go on your phone, which my phone's right here, I can't show you, but if you have your Messenger up in the top left corner, there'll be like a number, like 1 or 3, and you click it, and it takes you to another inbox of all the people who have messaged you who are not friends with you. So with the coaches that we have, they have all messaged you, but you might not know that. So if you didn't know that, go ahead and put I need a coach, and we'll get you all taken care of, okay? All right, going back to the workbook. Create a group that will make your prospects' life easier or more fulfilled. So what we want to do is we want to think to ourselves, okay, get our ideal avatar in our minds, and our ideal avatar is who we are trying to serve. Who is our target audience? Who is our ideal customer to work with or business builder? Most of you are probably going to build a Facebook group that's leading to the product, okay? Doesn't mean it's all everyone, but we'll just roll with that for now. So when I think about my ideal avatar, I'm in health and wellness, as I mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned that, but my background, you probably guessed. Okay, I'm in health and wellness, but this is going with every single thing you can think of, okay? Did I say I'm in weight loss supplements? No, I'm in health and wellness. You are not in skincare, you're not in makeup, you're not in lashes. Those areas, or shampoo, is beauty. You're not in fitness attire, okay? That's you're into active lifestyle. You're into health and fitness, okay? You have to back out a little bit with the type of group that you're going to create, okay? So let's just clear that up right now, and we'll get more into that. But when you think about that ideal avatar, you've got her in her mind, okay? You think about, for me, the season of life I'm in right now, I have my children are now 4 and 6, and I'm in the season of life where I want to work with women who have kiddos at home that either are in corporate America that want to quit and be home with their babies, or they finally gotten home, maybe home to, be home on maternity leave or during the young years, and they want to stay home. That's my ideal avatar. Do I have moms that are empty nesters? Yes. Do I have people that are not moms? Yes. Do I have dudes? Gold digger dudes. I got them all. Okay? Got them all. But I have to get clear on that ideal avatar. So I'm thinking of her, and I think about what she's struggling with. My average mom that wants to order products from me hasn't lost the baby weight yet. Also, she's also premenopause usually. Premenopause or menopause. I'm 40, so a lot of the moms that are kind of in the same season of life are, late 30s or 40s and then 50s. That's usually who I work with, some early 60s that look like they're 40, right? And when I think about her and I think about her struggles, I think about her not loving her body the way she looks. I think about her being really tired. I think about her confidence maybe being a little bit lacking. And then the content I create is going to make her life easier, it's going to make her life better, or it's going to make her life more fulfilled. How can I do that? Recipes, workouts, healthy tips, ideas for kids, healthy snacks, just easy dinners, right? Things that she can do on the go. So when it comes to you and your group, I want you to start thinking about that, okay? I want you to start thinking about what kind of group can you create that can offer a solution that can be very focused on making their life better, okay? You can even do something like, let's say you, what is it called? Chalk Couture. Okay, so Chalk Couture, and I'll sometimes say names of companies, it's just examples. So Chalk Couture is basically where you can get, like it's a do-it-yourself craft type of thing where you can have some home decor type stuff. Now, let's say you sell Chalk Couture. Instead of having a Facebook group that's just like, okay, here's the Chalk Couture design of the month, or ooh, we got a new release, you could make an entire group that is going to help moms like me to bring the family home, right? Let's get back with dinner around the table. Let's get back to cooking from scratch, which I was proud of myself because I used basil to make pesto today from our garden and tomatoes. I mean, I was like, who are you? You're in the kitchen again. It was kind of awesome. So moms like me need you, okay? So think of like Pinterest Mom. If you have a Pinterest Mom type group where you're going to help me with easy things I can do around the home, things that I can do to bring my family here and feel like I'm winning, right? Like I'm the mom that's just like, I'm crushing it. Okay, so you work in the Chalk Couture for sure. Throw it in there, right? Like, hey, moms, if you want a cool activity to do with your kids because everyone's home right now, or hey, I had to share this. I just redid my office, and here's a here's a little video, or here's a couple of pictures. And by the way, if any of you have wanted to try, one of these do-it-yourself projects for yourself, just something to do, or with the kiddos, let me know. Comment below, and I'll get you hooked up. So you can still share your products, you can share your services, you can share your opportunity, but most of it needs to be intended to make their life easier or making their life more fulfilled. And we'll talk more about that on Wednesday, okay? All right, next point is I recommend that your group be non-selling, okay? So fill in the blank here. I recommend your group be non-selling, focused, non-selling focused, but instead content-driven. Okay, we're going to talk about this a lot. I want your group to be non-selling focused, but instead be content-driven. So as we talked about at the very beginning, if you have a Facebook group that you put prospects in, so let's say you're chatting with me and you want to tell me about your amazing razor for your legs that when you shave, you never have to shave again, okay? So that's your product. And you're like, Kimberly, it's so magical. And I'm like, sign me up because I don't want to shave ever again. So you put me in a product group that has testimonials about the lady's legs, and then their legs 10 weeks later and there's no hair, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, I want to order. That's your customer group. That's where you put hot prospects, you've already exposed them. That's where you put those new customers. You can put flash sales, promotions. You can put new releases in there, okay? So again, your upline might have that kind of group, or maybe you create that with your team. That's one and done, right? Like, of course you're going to have something like that. What I want you to create is I want you to create your own group, or maybe you connect with a couple of other girlfriends and do it together. I want you to create a group where it's mostly value-based. Like I said, you can still work your stuff in, of course. 80% of it's value-based, where you say, what kind of stuff can we put in here? What kind of content can we put in here to offer value? And again, that's why you need to know your ideal avatar. What's going on in her world, right? What can you share to make her life better, okay? So let's get away from the selling and let's focus on the content. So the 80-20 rule is definitely a very sound rule of thumb, okay? All right, so here we go. Number one, so this right here is set it up for success checklist, okay? I've got 8 power moves for you. A lot of people don't know this, and they don't teach this, so this is really gonna help you rock your Facebook groups, okay? Set it up for success checklist, okay? Number one is the privacy settings, okay? The privacy settings. So if you're filling in the blanks, we've got 8 steps here. Number one is the privacy settings. So this is best from a desktop. So what is it called? Maybe even iPad. I think iPad, tablet, I think any of those devices you can go to the browser. Basically, I don't want you on the app doing this. I want you on a browser, okay? Oh, thanks, Anna, for doing that. You're awesome. Okay, she's got it right there for you. Number one, privacy settings. Go to the Facebook group cover. Right below it, it says edit group settings, okay? Go to edit group settings, and that's where you're going to find all this stuff. So number one, privacy settings. Scroll down to where it says privacy settings. There's public or closed. Public is where everybody can see the content in there, even if they're not in the group. A big no-no. You need to make them earn it, okay? They don't get to just see that content. Now, if it's like a buy, sell, trade, neighborhood type group, sometimes those are public, but for you and your value-driven, content-based group that you're working your booty off to fill, we're going to make it private, okay, or closed, or whatever it's called. I think it's closed. The other option is visible or non-visible. Visible means it's searchable. This is where you can share the URL in Messenger, or you can comment on a feed and put, hey, join the group here. You can even use the @ symbol in a story, and people can click it and go to the group, okay? So visible is what I recommend. Not visible is where the group is not searchable. People can't find it. The only way that you can actually get people in is if you are a friend of them and you add them, or a current member adds them in. It's difficult. That's best if you've got like a secret team page type group or something. But for this value-based group, I would make it visible. And we get requests in here every single day. We get probably over 100 new people a week. And one of the questions we ask is, how did you hear about this? And a lot of them are like, I found it. I searched and I found it, okay? Number 2 is the group type. I recommend social learning, okay? I recommend social learning, and the reason why is if you choose social learning as the group type, you get to create units. Units are awesome. Units are amazing. So Unit 7 is where we're housing the replay videos for this. But when you're new to our group, what we say is, hey, what do you need help with? And when someone says lead generation, we say, oh, awesome. We just tagged you on Unit 1 where all of the best videos about lead generation are. If you're in skincare and you had a value-based group on skincare or beauty, your units could be, okay, here's the most common skin types. Find out your skin type and how to improve your issues. Or, do you have rosacea? Do you have, what do they call it, mature skin? I gotta be careful with that because I'm 40 now. And then one of your other groups or other units could be on a different beauty topic. So you could have these educational units for people to go through and learn more about that topic, okay? So the units can be awesome for offering organized value and some structure, and it gives people something to do. When they get in the group, if you point them to the units tab and say, hey, go browse the units tab by topic, then they're thinking, oh, this is so awesome. Like, I like being in here, okay? Number 3 is a custom URL. You can change your Facebook group URL. Isn't that so cool? So by default, when you create a Facebook group, it'll say facebook.com/groups/126789995, and it just looks really weird when you share it. So if you change the URL and make a custom URL, and of course there's some stipulations around that, and it'll tell you if it's already being used, you can actually change the URL name. So instead it could say facebook.com/groups/allinwithkim. And that will just be an easier URL to share. It looks better. And when you share it in Messenger or tag someone, it just looks more real versus a bunch of numbers, okay? These are small things, but they definitely make a difference. Number 4 are membership questions. Okay, this is key. Put a star by this one, membership questions. All right, membership questions. This is where, when you join this group, for example, there were a series of questions. Now, people can ignore them, but most people answer them. And the membership questions, you can ask 3 questions, okay? You can ask 3 questions. So you might ask them, if you had a beauty group, you could say something like, how did you hear about this group, or who recommended this group to you? You could ask a question such as, when it comes to your beauty care, I keep using beauty, so let me think of a different example. Let's do finances. So say you had a finance group. When it comes to your financial climate, when it comes to your finances, what would you like the most help with? Okay, we get so much intel from these questions, I can't even tell you. So when I first started All In with Kim, and I have to use that as an example because it was my first group, I would say, what's your goal? What do you want the most help with? And people would say, I want to learn how to increase my metabolism because as I've gotten older, my metabolism has slowed down. Guess what my Facebook Live was on the next week? Metabolism. So if you get people to answer these questions, now you have intel. Now you have data. Now instead of guessing on what everything is that people want, you're going to know exactly what your audience wants. I know. It's so cool. Now, the other question that I love to ask is, periodically, would you like to receive our newsletter, or my newsletter, which will include tips and tricks on how to be awesome? And then, if so, drop your email below. And we've probably gotten, I don't know what it is now, but we've probably gotten maybe 3,000, 4,000 or 5,000, somewhere around there, emails from Facebook groups. So if you don't have a Facebook group right now, that's okay. Just save, and by the way, you need to grab their information before you approve them. So they'll be pending in your Facebook group. You need to copy and paste their information before you accept it. You can't go back and find it, which is really strange. So with the email, what you're going to do is you're going to save their name and email on Google Sheets, somewhere, Excel, save it, and we'll deal with it later. But I'm telling you, you don't want to be a year into this and go, my Facebook group has 1,000 people in it. I don't have any other emails. Trust me, you want an email list. You don't want to build on Facebook and something happen to your account. That doesn't make any sense. So like a smart businesswoman or dude, you want to make sure to get an email list going, okay? So number 4 is membership questions. And we'll go through more of this together throughout the week, okay? So if you're like, whoa, she's saying a lot of stuff, just stick with me. Number 5 is announcements, okay? You want to utilize the announcements feature. So this section, so you can take any post or a live, and after you've posted it, you hit the little dots where you can change things, and one of the choices is mark as an announcement. And then on the tabs at the top of the Facebook group or on the side, one of them says announcements. So you can direct people to that. So you can say, head to the announcements tab so you can see any important cool things we have going on, right? All of these replay videos and the homework posts will be in the announcements section, okay? Periodically check it, make sure you clean it up. If you have any promotions or anything like that, you're gonna wanna archive those out, okay? Number 6 is have a pinned post. A pinned post is where you would go live or you create a post that says, welcome to the group. And then again, go to the little dots. You have to mark it as an announcement first, then you can pin it to the top. Okay, by the way, if anything I say you're like, I don't know how to do that, everything is figure outable, let me Google that for you or go on YouTube. You can figure any of this out. How do I pin a post to the top of my Facebook group? Literally, just YouTube it or Google it. Okay, so you've got your pinned post at the top of your Facebook group. You want to welcome people, do a quick video or post a description on there. Welcome to the group. I'm so excited to have you here. This is why I started this group. This is what you can expect. This is how you can best use it. By the way, head to the Units tab to learn about A, B, and C, and please welcome yourself below. In the Files tab, I have a special gift for you, okay, or whatever that looks like. So make sure you have something to tag people on, okay? If you're taking notes, star this one as well. Welcome post. Put a star by it, and I want you to tag new members on this, okay? So they accept your request. Awesome, they're in the group. Tag them and say, hey, Joan, watch this when you get a chance, okay? Now Joan knows what to do. Watch the pinned video, then she adds to the Units tab, she binges on your content, and soon she's totally hooked and feeling awesome. All right, number 7, group insights. Once a month, you don't have to do it all the time. Go into the group insights. There's a tab from a desktop. There's a tab on the menu bar. I know Facebook's changing its layout, so I'm not sure what it is now, but right now mine is on the left sidebar. And with the group insights, you can see the growth of your Facebook group in the last 30 days, how many new members, who's engaging, how many comments you've gotten, how many reactions, what are people doing with your content. Also, it gives you your top 10 contributors. It tells you the best people in your group, who's raising their hands, who's starting conversations, who's commenting, who's interacting. Wouldn't it make sense to recognize those people? Absolutely, okay? So you can give gifts, you can just do a post and recognize the top 10 each month, shout them out in your stories, make those people feel good. Send them a personal message and say, hey, I saw you were number 5 out of the entire Facebook group for contributing this month. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Please let me know if there's anything I can do for you. You better believe that person's going to show up again and again and again, and they feel really special. And number 8 is utilize the post topics. So I think it's across the board now. They were doing some beta with it before, but in the top right corner, there's a section that says post topics. So you can actually tag posts with like a keyword, and if people click that keyword, it'll pull up all of the posts using that keyword. So let's go back to our example of health and wellness. And let's say one of the post topics was detox or keto or intermittent fasting or weight loss. Then when they click it, it'll go to, if they click keto, it's going to go to all the keto posts. How useful is that? So as you are building out your content, maybe yourself or a virtual assistant, have them go through and be coding and tagging those really popular keywords that will be the most helpful. People can also search as well and find it. But if you're really like, no, I want to like max this out and make this the most organized, awesome thing ever, utilize the post topics, okay? If you missed any of those, just ask your coach and they can help you fill in the blanks, okay? So this last section here is for you to do on your own and think about, okay? Key takeaways. Creating a community of culture, okay? What does that mean? What does it mean in your niche, your industry, your genre, the people you're working with, the people you're serving? What does it mean to create a community of culture? I would even ask yourself, what groups am I in right now that I feel seen, that I like going to, that I find myself, when the notification goes off, you're like, I want to go in there, right? I want to go see what that person posted. You like being in it. There's stuff going on, okay? Brainstorm, how can I create a true community? How can you create a true community? What are your strengths? What do you bring to the table? What do you enjoy? What are you good at? What is something that you're learning right now or you spend a lot of time on or people come to you for? Pay attention to those clues so you can start to ask yourself, what can you do to create a true community? All right, on your own, let's talk about your Facebook group. My Facebook group name. So some of you might need to rebrand your Facebook group. We will help you with this throughout this challenge, but that is totally fine to do, okay? If you have a small Facebook group, less than 50 people, and so let's say, for example, you sell nails. I do not sell nails, but I love these Color Street nails. I know I'm name dropping like a crazy person today, but I just don't have time to think about it. So anyways, let's say I sell these nails. I don't, but let's say I do. And my group is called Kimberly's Nail Club. Well, now that I'm learning what I'm learning, I don't want it to be just about nails. Like, that's pretty limited, okay? That should be more of like a customer group. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I love beauty, I love fashion. What could it be? If you have less than 50 people in it, I would just create a brand new Facebook group and start from scratch. If you haven't been posting in it and it's dead and you haven't done anything with it in months, I would just start over, start fresh, implement what I'm teaching you today and run with it. You could post the new group in that sleeping group, the VIP Nail Club, and say, hey guys, I just started this awesome beauty club over here. It's going to be so much fun. You know, Kimberly's Beauty Lounge, and I'm going to teach you how to be beautiful, whatever. And come on over, okay? If you have over 50 people, you might want to just revive the group that you have now. You can rename the group. There's rules around that. I think you have to wait so many days, but so my Facebook group name, write your Facebook group name down. If you have a salesy type group, that doesn't count. Unless you're going to rebrand it, you can do that. Where you're going to stop posting so much sales stuff and you're going to infuse a ton of value, you can totally do that, okay? So you got to think about that. This is part of your homework. I want you thinking, okay? What's your Facebook group name? My community will be based around what? If it's health and wellness, it's not going to be about your weight loss supplements and a million before and after pictures. It's going to be about recipes, nutrition, natural remedies, health, workouts, fitness, right? All of that stuff, goals. People will want to join my group, my Facebook group, because now this is where the mindset kicks in. Because you're going, I don't know, no one wants to come to my group. Okay, that's stinking thinking. You got to ditch that and you got to tell yourself a new story and say, I'm committed. I'm going to make this group great. I'm going to show up every day. I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to learn tomorrow. I'm going to learn how to fill up the Facebook group. And I'm going to get it rocking. I'm going to get it going, okay? I'm going to just make it my baby, and I'm just going to love on these people, okay? What solution am I offering to my members? So you need to know their problems. What are their pain points? And then ask yourself, how am I going to make their life better, easier, more fulfilled, okay? So this is what I want you guys to do. Here's your action items. So this is not a challenge where you get to just hang out and feel really good because you watched a video. You got work to do, people. Okay, goal diggers, learn this acronym. Hashtag get lit. Okay, put it down below. I'm ready to get lit, Kimberly. You know, with goals and stuff. Okay, hashtag get lit. Learn, implement, and take action. I didn't say perfect action. I didn't say sit there and think about it all day. I didn't say until you're ready. Take action, okay? Get lit. When you get lit, that's when you start to see results. And the people around you, like your team, they start doing the same thing, okay? So I want you working this whole week. So every night we're going to have homework, okay? Here's your homework. You are going to choose your type of Facebook group, okay? So are you going to have a beauty group, health and wellness, lifestyle, finances, travel? Then you're going to create your Facebook group. Yes, you're going to create your Facebook group or rebrand it, rename it if you have one, which also says revisit name of group if already existing, okay? So if you already have one, you're gonna rebrand it, okay? And then this is what I want you to do. We have a homework post that's dropping in 15 minutes, I think. And what you're going to do is you can search the hashtag homework day 1, hashtag homework day 1, or you could head to unit 7 and it'll be in there. It'll also be under the announcements tab. So really it's going to be super simple. Or ask your coach if you're like, I don't know where to go. So I want you to post your homework post on the homework feed. I did it, and put your Facebook group. Homework done. Tell us what kind of group. I have a health and wellness group, and I want you to drop the URL in there, okay? Feel free to join each other's groups if you see something where you're like, oh, cool. Like, I love that. I want to come be a part of your group. Awesome. Pinterest mom groups, sign me up, okay? So post your homework that you did your homework, what kind of group, and what's the URL on the homework day 1 feed. And then you're going to be entered to win A gold digger hat. Oh yeah. You can't see it because the camera's backwards, but it says gold digger. You won't get this one because this is mine and I seriously wear it like all the time. You will get a new one that we will have custom made for you. You can't buy these, okay? I don't think you can. So gold digger, all you have to do is complete the homework between now and the next training tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central. So you've got a full 24 hours, well 23 hours if you're watching this live, to complete your homework, okay? Then what you're gonna do is I want you to tag me in your stories, okay? I gotta fix my hair so I don't look all crazy. Okay, I'm gonna smile. Take a picture of me right now. Okay, got it? Usually my eyes are closed and I look like I just like woke up out of a coma. So make sure it looks sort of okay. Throw me in your stories on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, the Goal Digger Girl, Goal, tag me and we'll shout you out. Or you can tag me on Facebook if we're friends on Facebook, okay? Tag me in your stories and I want you to say, totally crushing, I'm crushing it right now, learning from the best, so excited to create an awesome Facebook group to serve you. Or I love, because you guys, this is a business curiosity post. So when people see that you're learning things, they look to you as a leader, okay? People don't want to join people and learn from them if they don't know anything. So when people see that social proof that you're learning, you're investing, that's huge, okay? So you can just put crushing it with one of the gifts. You can choose crushing it, goal digger, whatever you want, okay? I want you to tag me in your stories. And then I want you to meet me back here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central for session 2. We're going to talk about how to fill up your Facebook group. I have got 15, I'll probably give you some bonuses, 15 different ways to fill up your Facebook groups, okay? I've had people in these challenges do 100, 200, 300, sometimes even more in the whole time of our challenge. Yeah. And I'm telling you what, it's magic when you learn how to monetize those Facebook groups, okay? So thank you for being on live. If you caught the replay, we're glad to have you. Get this done. Get the homework done. Post on the homework feed. #homework day 1. Come back here at 8 p.m. Central and get ready to work because we are just getting this party started. So coaches, I so appreciate you. And Anna, thank you for all of your help. And everybody who showed up here to get this done. Let's change the nature of Facebook group. Let's create some authentic, genuine content and really serve people. So as always, until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.